Hey everybody, Shay here. Welcome back to another blind Let's Play of Life is Strange. We are coming back after quite a few days and a big mistake. You might think I'm playing the game right now, but I'm not. I am going to be doing commentary on lost audio because my OBS decided to turn off the mic on the last session. So I'm going to do my best to try to remember the stuff that I was saying along the way. I'm not going to remember a lot of it. It's never going to be as awesome as the first time around, but it's either that or I lose 1 hour and 40 minutes of footage.
I want that
So,
heated water.
here we go.
We still have to play it cool, okay? I still go to school here.
You can own this hellhole once you figure out your rewind power.
Now, if anything, I get
Chloe's
to...
so psyched for girls' night out, so
I'm still doing the same thing I do while I'm actually playing. Or I talk over... So, the cool thing is I might be able to speed some of this up. Now, speed up in the sense that I know where I...
Go Otters.
Took a little longer to get through this particular part, you know, and because I wanted to work through some stuff, you know, but so I'll be able to skip some of that and I'll make the episode shorter. It won't be a 1 hour and a half or hour and 40-minute episode. So I was trying to remember where I was here, and I did, some of this felt familiar to me until I got to this last paragraph here. So technically we could be arrested and thrown in jail. Yikes, I just pretended that we were on a very special episode of The Wizards of Waverly Place. You know, just a couple wacky Sherlocks. And I just, well, perfect timing there. This word's coming up a lot in this chapter, Sherlock. So mystery, investigation, stuff like that. So yeah, investigating school for a good cause. Yeah, that helped. Now, I felt like and I still don't. I still didn't go back to see if I had already read this or not from the last episode. I'm just kind of moving on, you know, and let this thing sort of sink in as I go. This image right here, I mean, I remember seeing on the screen, but then I was like, did I see it in the journal? I didn't remember. I read this page again, and it was this weird experience of feeling like I had read it before, but not remembering much of it. So while we didn't find the proof, we found Nathan's file had a weird drawing in it that just said Rachel in the dark room over and over. So that's a major clue that Nathan is involved in this somehow, or he's just insane. But his note also referenced David M., which means that we absolutely have to find a way into David's secret bunker files for a good cause. But Chloe just can't help herself, and she actually took $5,000 in cash mark handicap fund, because that's got to be legit. Am I right? I can't think of a faster route to karma hell, but it would clear Chloe's debt to find Frank. I'll find a way to make it up to the fund. After all, saving a life is priority. As is my habit with Chloe, no matter what, our fates seem bound together for better or worse. Usually worse. Now, that did stand out to me because I've been making comments about the eclipse, the idea of them being two sides of the same coin sort of thing, or two sides of something, like, so almost like a yin and yang, like chaos and order. And now I know what I said for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So my thoughts are a little bit more collected earlier on about all of this than it would have been if you were hearing this all blind while playing the game. So I profusely apologize for that. I just really don't want to lose this hour and 40 minutes. It would mess up this whole Let's Play if I just said, hey, the last hour and the last two parts were messed up, right? So you're not going to get it. So this is the best I can do. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, though. But I'm going to do the best I can. The point is, my thoughts are a little bit more collected about that entire thought pattern because it came up here. It started here. But as you'll see, it does carry through for most of this episode. And here's the thing, because I'm kind of rewatching it now, I might actually find more things along the way, right, that I never caught the first time. What I'm going to try to do right here, I'm trying to just get a snapshot of what I'm supposed to be looking out for so that I can look for it in the game, you know. And I wasn't really clear. I mean, I'm not clear what that third photo is. I sort of talk about it later on what I think it could be, but I'm just trying to keep those images in mind so I can look for them in this episode. That's what that was all about.
I would love a soda, but
I'm doing the traditional wandering, now meandering. What was I saying? Spotting things the second time. I don't know. I was on some trail of thought there and I threw myself off. Jesus, you think it only happens when I'm playing live? Okay, so got men's. I'm trying to go back my thoughts while I'm actively talking, and
I actually
but
don't
I want
have
to
the time to investigate this caper.
But I want to keep up with this too, right? Because I want to keep going with the video. So lost goggles. I admit I'm a goofball and misplaced my Flex-A-Wave swim goggles. It found eternal gratitude and a $25 Bean Hip Cafe gift card. Contact Ray Siren. I did get caught up on the name Ray and Siren. I do recall that. The idea that the keywords are just they seem Oh god, I thought the audio wasn't working again. I was freaking out here. I do feel like the music is really low though. But anyways, I just the Ray, the Sun, Siren. You know, the bit of like this is coming to me now.
I hope
But the
otters
mermaid,
will
the sirens,
survive.
by the lighthouses, right? I wish I could pause right now so I could talk this through. I'm gonna so inform yourself, then share, become an eco volunteer today. So sirens, like in mythology, mermaids, they would
If only I
warn
could solve the
ships
mystery
from
of the missing cat
hitting
pics.
reefs and stuff like that. That was kind of a warning call, or that was drawing them actually to the siren call. But then the siren call, it would actually, the sailors would hit the reefs and shipwreck. So reward, desperate for my stolen backpack. This is the cat thing again. RP, if you have any details or would like to return the backpack, you have my contact info now. I made a comment here where this keeps coming up, and so I feel like it has to matter, but I feel like I've never caught on to what it could mean. I thought maybe it was going to be some sort of like something else was going on, but it would have been
Boys or
connected
girls?
to that with the laptop, like it could have been a Kate Martian thing or something like that. So interesting call out here, and I because I felt like there was maybe a
Boys, of
double
course.
Figures. Perv.
meaning there,
Let me check
but
to see if the pool's heated.
you'll see how that kind of like plays out. But I thought the game was doing something very clever there from a writing perspective. I was like, I feel like I know what you're doing here, and I'm kind of intrigued now. I thought that was someone else that was freaking me out. That's what's going on there, because I mean she's just like, she was there just like that, you know. In any case, this is where I feel like I might start tapping, but actually not yet, because I do a thorough, you know the drill. I'm gonna do a thorough rotation of this stuff.
I guess somebody forgot their Blackwell spirit.
See if I can trigger some memories as I go, of course. And I was creeped out. I mean, this kind of
No way am I touching Zach's jersey.
this kind of cinematography, or like these dark, the handheld lights.
This
You know,
must be for training kids.
the music is very quiet, and so it all unnerves me quite a bit. And something about the swimming pool. Swimming pool scenes always unnerve me.
It's okay for Nathan to be hooked on these drugs.
Yeah, diazepam, not
Right?
really. I don't know what that third one is though. Risperidone. Yeah. Yeah, it's creepy. I just think it's all creepy. Warren's locker.
Betty developed that in Jefferson's class. But why?
She's so naive, you know. She's so naive. Which I think, funnily enough, I guess that's not really a word. But interestingly enough, I sort of get into that in this session.
guess I should
I'm just trying to
consider this
control my thoughts
evolution.
here. Dana, I know I'm an a-hole, but I still care about you. Love, Logan. Yeah, hard pass. Got some graffiti here. No worries. It's all bad. As
Sometimes.
opposed to it's all good. I don't know what she meant by that. Then and now. Sometimes it's all bad. Sex me up. Found that a little
Boys' locker room is right.
curious why it would say sex me up in a boys' locker room. But okay. Victoria loves the
It's
D.
nice to know Victoria loves something besides herself.
Wow. Did I miss that the first time? Maxine. Max is a feminazi.
Welcome to 1950.
Yeah, let's regress. And then we have Warren
bet you do.
Gayram. I love Warren Gayram. Sigh. And goggles.
Ta-da! I've solved the case of the lost goggles. But I'm too busy now.
Too busy. She doesn't have the time to solve. Pick the goggles up. There's like $25 gift card. Wait, was that the laptop or the goggles? I think that was the goggles. I've done this twice. How do you forget these things? But I felt that was really strange. Like, you don't have the time, Maxine. I mean, the thing is, she'll always know where those goggles are, so she can always just tell them. Yeah, but how would she have known they were in the boys' locker room? That would have been weird, right? But just pick them up. Maybe. Wow. Anyways, mirrors always intrigue me, and they're all over the place in this game.
Empty. The guys must like their pink goo.
So I mean, it has to matter. Like, not that I mean, symbolically, it does have to matter. It does have to matter. There's mirrors in every chapter. Pretty sure Maxine can look at herself. I
Max
always get intrigued by the way
Moral Avenger.
mirrors are used in games and stories and
Or
movies and stuff like that.
self-righteous
I always pay
hypocrite.
attention to those scenes because I try to look into them a little bit deeper. So, you know, in this case, I think I was trying to see if I could I mean, it's just creepy. I'm like, what if someone appears behind me? Like that would have been the place to do it, because it would have screwed me up. 69 reasons to bang Rachel,
Bros
which
will
of
be
course
bros.
super inappropriate. You think they would have cleaned this up already by now too, right? Like, you just like, this doesn't need to be there anymore, especially like something like that. That's just like, that's just vile. And strangely enough, my nose was really itching during this Let's Play. And it's happening again. You know, the difference now is I can't cut around this as easily because I start mangling up the sinking. And so unfortunately, I don't know what it is with the, there's something going on in this room. I might have to move all the books behind me. Like, I had like 3 years ago, I had some water damage going on with the books back here. I cleared the ones out that I thought that were compromised. I cleared them out just because like spore stuff going on, you know? And so I rewound this now so that, one, I could see what would happen if like would have popped me back up there, or like it would be in a whole office scene again where I could open up the door from the inside. But then I'm like,
try and dazzle me with another trick.
like a time thing is like, technically, if that happens, I mean, now I'm trying to rethink my way through it because I sort of just moved on here and I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I can see my lips move. I'm trying to, I don't remember, but you know, Chloe's technically seeing
Boys or girls?
Maxine teleport, you know. And of course, it's just me.
Girls, of course.
I wanted to investigate what was in the
Girls.
girls' room.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Let
So
me
that
check
was
to
like,
see
yeah,
if the
you were
pool's
playing that second. You were doing a double entendre. Anyways, the was played out. So narratively speaking, because this isn't the beginning of like another story arc, but it is, because you did a scene changes. So the scene changes, like there's like these little mini arcs in each of these scenes, you know, that
Wait,
also
it burns.
are also written. Oh, that was, yeah, Otter. Yeah, that was. I didn't read that one out loud. I was amused. Hold on. Let me not get
A
ahead
bus
of
ticket?
what's going on here.
Was she
Arcadia
going to
Bay
run
bus
away?
lines, 1 Portland trip
Like
ticket.
Rachel Amber?
On the 2nd of October. I got thrown off by this date because I forgot what day we were in. So I'm probably going to waste some time going into the journal, looking some stuff up. See, I've already derailed myself. So like, I don't even know. Oh, was it a time thing? Oh, that she would teleport from Chloe's perspective. She should teleport. But my head still can't make sense of that, because if I was in the other room, she was looking straight at us. So did she just like zip past? You know, she moved so quickly because I guess all that time passed in that instance that she would have disappeared and appeared somewhere else. And so, but like, they don't even, I don't know. I feel like there's something else. Like, my brain is breaking working through this, because there's no scenario where Maxine could rewind to the point where she sees herself. She's always going to be only that singularity in the time stream, regardless of what's going on. And that's gotta have broken at some point, like almost absolutely. Maybe I can't remember it right now, but I feel like that would have broken. Now, what am I doing right now? I am I was looking at the dates here. I'm going to speed a little bit up here because I'm fairly certain I determined nothing here. I was just trying to get
Flippers in a swimming pool?
resynced up with the
Are they
dates.
training Navy frogmen here?
So that would have been before
Those
the
look like the
whole
most
game would have
cozy,
even
comfy
started.
towels in towel history.
Would they be though?
What?
I mean, they're just kind of like locker room
So,
towels.
Victoria's Secret is selfies. Go fuck your... No. Jefferson
selfie?
said,
Go
don't
fuck
confuse
your-
art with the artist.
Oh, I just got the line.
These
That was
are cool shots.
That's Victoria said that in one of the. I love that line. I hate Victoria, but that was a great line. You're better than her, Maxine.
Where does that other sock go?
I have a whole drawer of them. I've started to like.
Those
I
are
used to
some
tie them up for
musty-ass
Mogwai.
old shirts.
I did. He used to love. He wouldn't play with toys, so I would tie up old T-shirts and old socks. Like 2 pairs, just tie them, and he would just. That's all he wanted. He did. That's all he wanted his whole life. So I'm like, all right, that ends up cheap for me. I get these like stray
Looks like
socks.
Brooke wants to go to the drive-in with Warren.
Brooke wants to go to the. Oh, I just caught that with Warren. Oh, what?
Looks like Brooke wants to go to the drive-in with Warren.
Oh, I didn't catch that the first time. I don't know why.
If I could rewind back to the 1940s, I'd get
So
in
this is-
serious trouble.
Intriguing, because she mentions 1950s and now 1940s. I'm wondering if that's gonna matter. It feels like, I don't know, like why bring up that era, that decade, 1940 to 1950? You know, I'm trying to think about that one. I'm trying to log that one in the noggin. See what happens in the future. Oh, it happened again. Like, I'm looking at my face. Like, that noise screwed me up. Like, it was so... I don't know if it was accidentally timed, that it was just... It was part of the atmosphere when you cross that threshold, or if it was just the music at that particular time. Rachel abides. Oh, I got into a huge derailment of The Dude Abides. A Big Lebowski quote right there. Probably my favorite movie of all time. And then I went running off to look for...
Well, we care, dickhead.
Oh, what does that say? That one again? Dear Kate, I don't care. God, yeah, that was a piece of shit. So I went running off for The Dude Abides, and then I was like, no, you think I'm like, no. I have a whole kind of... It's kind of a parody self-help, life, like that life coaching kind of parody book. But it's called I'm a Lebowski, You're a Lebowski. Life, the Big Lebowski, and what have you. And it's just like using quotes from the movies and and turning that into rules for life, like just how to live life better, and like how not to get... What the hell is this? I got a piece of paper in here that I have no idea. But anyways, I'm amused at, I love this movie, but it's like it's sort of absurdist, and not everyone is going to understand what makes it so amazing. It makes it a masterpiece. But as soon as I watched it, I was like, this is a masterpiece. This has so much by saying so little. And then I was like, no, there's more. I have the dude's rug as a mouse pad. It's gotten a little ratty, and so I don't use it anymore. But the dude's rug is here. I'm a huge fan. Like, the dude abides. The dude abides. Those who know. You know what I'm talking about. Those who know. Anyways, back to the game. I think I literally derailed at the same time there, and I came back. So, there you go. I don't even know how to explain the movie,
This
though.
isn't a desperate cry
Victoria
for
Chase
attention or
rules.
anything.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, because it's literally about a... Yeah, I can't. I'm not even going to try.
Sorry, Rachel.
Find a movie, watch it. You try to enjoy it. Try to find some reason to enjoy it. Or understand why it like stands out. It's like a cult classic to many. Those who know that like they...
Ooh, pink goo.
Yeah, anyways, okay.
I see why everybody brings their own soap.
Back to the game then. Let it go.
Hello,
More mirror
gorgeous.
stuff.
You wish, Max. You just
She's so
look
hard
like
on
a
herself.
snoop.
She's so hard on herself. Which narratively feels like it is lining up to where this particular scene goes and what it starts to talk about, which at the time I didn't know it was going there, but that's the benefit of hindsight when you're doing narrative construction and breakdown. Of course, repeat views, you start to find the things that when I'm blind and doing it, it's exciting because I want to see if I can catch the things and then see if they can get validated, see if they do get validated as I watch, because I'll call things out to myself even when I'm watching something, reading something, and seeing if it becomes true. But now on a rewatch, deconstruction exercise, I'm already revalidating while I already know the future. I know things in the future that they validated in the experience, but now I'm seeing it happening earlier. Anyways, this third way around was me to bump Chloe back out of there,
Coffee and
so
swim.
that
Good combo.
I could see if it mattered, because of course that's
Yes,
what
we
I
did
will
it.
do,
Otters.
because it's time and we don't know, and there could be a bunch of secret things. So I'm going to try to be thorough.
Don't even think I'm gonna make a move on you.
We got the power box, which of
Don't
course
even think I'm gonna make a
we
move
all know
on
is
you.
going to be important soon. I was wondering, did I miss it the first time? I don't remember it like lighting up, I thought that was another mirror, but I didn't have a reflection, threw me off. But of course, no. That's looking out to Chloe,
So, the big plan
and you've already
is
disappeared.
win.
So Maxine's already out of the picture, so she definitely teleports out, or she blinks out of existence, I guess, from an observer's point of view, because Chloe's still moving, so she's still. It's not like time's frozen, So it's. I wish they kind of made a bit more of a comment about it. And when you kick it back off, she sort of does, because she says you're doing your powers again or something like that, right? But like, it'd be cool if you're watching her here and she's actually like looking around, like what the like she's a little bit more like curious as to like where did she go, man? Like why isn't she getting to the door? Like and looking in each window and seeing
I
like,
don't
hey,
think
are you gonna open
anybody
this
has
or
ever
not?
drowned
Wait,
here.
the doors were all they
I
weren't
hope.
locked though. Chloe could go wherever she wanted, so she's just standing around. She's like, oh, Maxine's disappeared.
Just
But
when I
screw it.
thought it was safe to go back in the water.
Now, I don't know why that would be important, but they highlight certain things like that, and it's an animal, and so I want to feel like it probably matters. But and we know that it's like a fear for her now, and so part of me is wanting to try to figure out if that has some sort of symbolic relevance. But I didn't go too far down that rabbit hole, that thought pattern while playing the game.
Looks like I'm the Vortex Club bouncer.
Because I think she makes
Decisions,
another comment
Decisions.
where, oh yeah. I was like, well, you could remove names.
I'm sorry. Your names are not on the list. You'll have to eat shit now.
I mean, that was like such a rude Maxine. I was like, I can't do this. I can't. Like, I don't think Maxine would do that. You know. I mean, if you played a Maxine who was just who kind of was a little bit angrier at this, you could probably maintain that RP and then just make those decisions and keep them. But then this one's one of those like meta ones where it's right there and you're like, it's got to matter though. Like maybe you can like keep someone from like danger by like making this decision this early on, that whoever you scratched off the list, like maybe you saved them. Like I'm like, I don't know, but I feel like Maxine just wouldn't do it because she could, you know. I don't feel like I had a reason to do that, so I reversed it. Checking an escape route while I could. I'm checking to see if I can fall in, because why wouldn't I? I was like, well, the game could, I don't know, reset. I was like, no, they won't let me just fall in. Doing a quick check here on the corners just in case there's a little hidden Easter eggs here and there. But that's pretty much it. Now this is what, do I do another, I forget if I do another rotation, I might be able to speed through. Here, let me speed through some of this because I feel like,
Presto!
Dude,
yeah,
it's getting
just come out
old.
the door there.
Try and dazzle me with another trick.
And now what do I do here? I think I just go straight to her, I would imagine.
Boys or girls?
Yeah. Oh, it's just to be clear, it's just so I get
Boys,
the
of course.
so that was the canon choice there. And then we went forward with that. So I was trying to see if there was maybe some sort of other context kicking in there, see if it would pan out or how it would pan out. But I can't know what I don't know, and so yeah, moving that scene along to this next scene, which was very interesting.
Chloe just couldn't wait to splish splash in the pool.
Splash, splash, I was thinking about knock over.
Max, try to find the light
Come
for
on,
the pool.
you do it.
I want to see the sharks.
Otters don't like
that
sharks.
right there.
They bite.
I knew I heard.
So do
Otters
I.
don't like
Hit that
sharks.
light.
I knew I heard there was a second reference there, and it was sticking out to me now because I was like, 2 references to a shark.
Just when I thought it was safe.
Oh,
to
and I
go
came back
in
here
the
to see if
water.
that would have changed because that comment was made. I was like, I wonder if that was a thing, like a nod or something that I should be looking out for. Maybe I'm missing something still, you know? Like,
There has to be a control panel for the lights around here.
hint.
Now I have the power over light and death.
Let there be light. I remember that coming to mind, that triggered comment, and that comes from earlier in this chapter. Let there be light written on the wall. And I thought that was going to lead to something more. I mean, maybe it still will, because I feel like I'm at the midway point here of the story, but I feel like there might be some repetition in the narrative going on with things like that. Let there be light, you know? So, I mean, I imagine this probably gives people a heads up that there's shenanigans going on in here, though. You probably shouldn't have done that.
Time to
but
do or dive, Max.
do or dive. What am I looking for here? I forget. I think I was just freaked out. I just felt like something was going to trigger or happen.
Oh yeah, baby. Feels like a hot tub. And with my cash dash, I'm queen of the world.
Somehow I didn't
Wow.
remember her having all those tattoos on
Tell
the
me
arm.
you're not gonna stand there watching me like a zombie. Don't you dare! Come stop me, hippie. Okay, you asked for it.
That's a great shot. I like that.
Cowabunga!
The way her eyes look down, that was a
Why,
cool,
look,
cool shot.
an otter in my water. Dun 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 dun.
Jaws.
You are so obvious.
Something
And
I do
still
in the
get
water
freaked out by that movie, so stop.
for some reason.
I can't even watch any of those shark
Dun,
shows.
dun, 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 dun. I do that in video games, don't I? Pretty sure I've done that in video games. Whenever I'm stealthing around or some crap to take people out. I feel
I'll
like I
just
did that
rewind and
mostly
harpoon you. Otter's revenge.
Cheater.
in like
Yeah, you wouldn't
Last
know
of Us
about
maybe is
that.
when I started doing a lot of that. A lot of references to otters here too, which
I wish Rachel was here. She would totally love being in here at night. Wish you guys had met each other.
key
We
moment
will.
for these details.
With all this stuff going on, I'm starting to think everything is related, and I want to find out for Kate's sake. She almost died today.
Wish
Your
I
power
could
is
pause just so
changing
I could talk
everything,
more,
Max.
because I don't know when
Especially
I
you. I can already tell. You're not so chicken shit anymore.
Key
Thanks,
comment there
girlfriend.
that
You know what I mean. You're becoming like this force of nature.
yeah.
More like luck of
I
nature.
guess
Come on, my power failed trying to rescue Kate.
because force of nature
Maybe
is
I'm
like
just
it's a
stumbling
key
back
line right
and
there for
forth
me
in
too.
time. For what reason?
You didn't stumble when you saved me, Max.
Not that time. But that's because you were there to kickstart my power.
So it's time to start moving forward in time. And we're obviously connected, since without me, you would have never discovered
I just
your
did
power,
I looked
right?
at the camera just like I did in the thing, because that's the validation in the narrative
Absolutely.
where the
You make
characters
me
are
feel
becoming
like
aware.
I know what I'm doing.
You know,
And you make me
It's a
feel like
midway
I
point.
have a reason for still being in Arcadia Bay.
I hope so.
Stop being so goddamn
finding your
humble.
purpose for the journey.
You're like the
you know,
smartest, most talented person I've ever known.
but that means
More
something's
than
about to go
Rachel
wrong.
Amber.
Dude, I'm not her groupie, okay? And I'm sure you have Blackwell bros all over you.
Oh,
Like
that's
Warren.
yeah. So I saw what this part of the chapter was starting to do at this point narratively. I knew where they
Warren
were
is
trying to go. You know,
Nice.
Nice. Ouch. That means friend zone.
it does.
No,
though.
he's really cool.
But
It
Maxine's
was
so
sweet
naive, you
when
know.
he stood up to Nathan.
She doesn't even know she's doing it.
But
He did take a
I
punch to
haven't
the
told
face,
him
and you
about
left him
her
for
rewind
dead
power.
No
because the
worries.
guy had a gun.
Once you get over yourself, you're gonna make the world bow.
As long as you're there with me.
Don't look so sad. I'm never leaving you.
Now I'm getting cold in here.
Because we're yapping instead of attacking each other, otter versus shark style. I think I've had my pool experience for the year. Let's jet.
Let's call it a draw. I'm gonna freeze my ass off when I get out.
I was trying to rewind because I was like, I can't make any of those choices over again. I've committed to them, even if I want to see what she might have said to some of the other decisions, you know? I was like,
Gross.
that can't
I
be
feel
the
like
scene.
we just went swimming in Chlorine Bay.
You look cute with your hair soaked in chemicals.
Thanks. You would know.
Yeah. And then, of course,
Hide.
my face. You can't see it.
Okay, if I go back over there, the guard will definitely bust me.
Yeah, this is fun. This is well done. It's such a simple concept, you know, but it had the same tense feeling behind it all. It's so simple too, you know. And I got the I was like, wait, are you for real? Like, we just can't end this thing? I was so disoriented. I'm like, no way. I'm like, wait, there's got to be more. Like, should I go do something? Should I be triggering something? I feel like the story can't just end with you leaving, you know. But then I was like, okay.
Make sure you cover the whole perimeter.
You shitting me?
And that got me big time. That was like, okay, because then I thought this was gonna turn into a huge like ordeal, you know. Now I feel like that's the step
Dude,
chair,
hide! Like when we were kids.
but I can't really tell.
I could use my power. Or just look for a hiding spot.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
she always
both.
has a way out by using the power. It is something strange here, which I mean, I'll just talk through now because I know what happened. So I moved to that location, right? But then see my camera? Like, my camera just did this thing where, like, it moved to the side here. And I was like, so I'm stuck. Like, what do I do? I'm just seeing this dude come.
Hello?
Yeah.
Anybody there?
But like, what am I supposed to do? He's coming, but what am I supposed to do?
Not try any Halloween
Try to
pranks
move,
after
man.
today.
Oh, I can move. The camera moved without my control though, and it threw me
I
off.
heard something over here.
That's great. Yeah, or you can be spotted or
here?
rewind. So you'll always
I
get
got
out
a
of this.
flashlight and a stick.
And this obviously doesn't sound like Step Jerk. Which I suppose will make more sense when we get to the next parts. And I'll talk it through. They could have made this just a tad more complex though, and yeah, just they could have made it a little bit more creepy or complex. Like you might have had to, like I thought that would have nailed me. You'd have had to like maybe navigate with Chloe also, like distract, and then maybe it's it's too much, but because otherwise I feel like that just like happened like that, you know. That just scared me. That scared the crap out of me. Like the. So you don't get that little minor jump scare. Fucking Chloe. Oh jeez.
Wait.
And then I thought this would have been another scene where it would have been that, but now I'm like, oh, they're gonna like make more of that because it's kind of a cool little mechanic, you know,
You can't go back to your
to make
dorm.
a
You're
little bit of a
Blackwell
challenge
fugitive.
out of.
Crash at my place tonight.
You want me to crash where the Blackwell security officer lives so I'll be safe? Okay.
Into the
And
car.
and then I got so confused because I'm like, the security guard's right there. You're good. Your car was one of the only ones in the parking lot. They know you were on campus. They're looking for people who broke into this place. Who do you and then you speed away like a jerk off.
We are so fucking awesome.
What do you think they're gonna like think? You know. You just spent the whole time being like subtle about crap, and then you do that. You know. It's like, so you want to be caught? Is that what you want, Chloe? You know you're gonna go home to do. He was probably the second guy that was doing the searches. You know. So strange. I'm laughing like crazy right now, but I don't remember what I said. I do remember making quite a few. There were a lot of funny moments here. I do regret losing this particular one because I was coming back so excited to play for, you know. And now I've spent days just coming back to do this because it was demoralizing, you know. And I know how there was almost 2 hours of footage. And I was like, it's already late again. It's a work night. But I'm like, it's not going to be the same. Like, I was so disappointed in myself, you know. It's not my fault, though. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's literally my recording software just decided to set default none on my mic. And here's the thing, at the beginning of this video, I'm actually going bop, 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 bop. Like, I'm doing something with my mouth, and I'm looking at the recording software, which is usually what I do when I test to see if my levels are going. So I'm like, what was I doing? If I was just literally doing the thing to test levels, I'm like, were they working and then they stopped working? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. But it does matter. But we'll get through this. We'll get through this. I'm not even halfway through. So we have this scene to do here.
This moment.
And this is where I had a lot of derailments, I would say.
Photobomb.
A lot of interesting
Photo hog.
discussions, which it's unfortunately lost. I'm sorry. We'll see. See what
It
happens.
feels like a different world from yesterday.
We left a skid mark on Blackwell last night.
Like it needs another one. I'd like to do something good for my school in Arcadia Bay. I can't even submit my photo to represent. I just don't want to be rejected.
I feel like the lips
Every
are
great artist gets rejected before they
a
get
little
accepted.
bit more out of sync
So
than
you have to enter a photo.
I'm normally
Even
used
though
to
I'm
seeing.
pimping the school in town you want to torch?
Come on, I don't want to see Arcadia Bay burned to the shore. I just say shit like that because I've been trying to get out of here since you left, basically. If I could find Rachel, then pay Frank off, I'm still leaving to start a whole new life.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish we could just hang out all morning like we used to. Maybe we should get up. I have to get back to Blackwell soon.
Oh, does the schoolgirl have a test today?
I'm starting to feel like going to Blackwell every day is a test.
Mm.
I
Mm.
just need to get on my regular
That's
school
an
schedule
interesting
again.
line. It really is. Like a test by whom? You know what I mean? Like maybe all of this is a test of some divine nature, and Maxine is just at the nexus of it. Well, Maxine and Chloe, I do see them as two forces of
I'm so wiped
sort
out
of
from
forces
last
of
night.
nature, but one
it was
requires the other.
awesome.
One's a catalyst to the other.
I have to ponder what kind of criminal I've become.
Last night was only the tip of the iceberg.
I have
I'm
to
also
admit,
catching a lot of references to cold
it was
that I never caught the
pretty
first
cool
time
to
around.
take over the Blackwell gym.
Today the gym, tomorrow the world. We need to step it up.
We still have to be careful how I use
Wonder
my
if that's a
power.
foreshadow.
I don't want to get stuck in time.
That's probably probably a foreshadow. And the references to 1940, 1950, stuck in time, something like that might be a foot. What was it saying? Cole, she's mentioned something about a couple times in the pool. There was comments about cold or before going into the pool. I caught it twice, I think, in that scene, and then the iceberg comment. So I wonder if that's going to lead to the next. There's going to be another one of those cataclysmic events. No, it already happened, didn't it? It snowed in the first chapter, right? Snow and then the eclipse. So never mind. Possibly never mind.
Okay, I need to get dressed now.
Warren. Glad to see you didn't blow up Blackwell last night. Almost glad. By the way, the drive-in is actually popular, so I'm buying the tickets now. I'll let you take care of the popcorn. In other words, you can't back out now. A little bit delayed, of course. See if I missed something, so I'm just move on. There we go. Now, is there anything new? Yes. We have something under the pool here. Despite all the usual breaking in and blowing up office hijinks, Chloe decided what we needed more than anything was to take a night's swim in the otter's lair. I was so giddy and rebellious that I was like, oh yes, we shall swim. We didn't completely skinny dip, but close enough to get in big trouble no matter what. I don't know why we were so careless and something. I love that Chloe brings out the just don't give a fuck side of me. Even if that hasn't always served her well, she deserved a moment of not giving a shit. Me too. Just two friends goofing around in the pool. I fear those youthful shenanigans might soon be a thing of our past. God, I'm starting to sound like one of the teachers at Blackwell. Chloe and I had a nice chat about our lives since I left. We talked about dumb boys and girls and why they're trouble, especially for me. I feel like a groupie when I talk to Chloe about our life experience. She has me so beat. I take pictures, she takes action. I derailed here, and I don't know where I've stopped talking and when I talked about this, but I do remember that last line there on that page triggered the thought of, because I was talking about the two sides, right? And the chaos and order, and the idea that Chloe, what was it? Chloe, damn it, what was it? Maxine takes pictures and Chloe takes action, and the idea of stillness versus movement. When you take a picture, it's frozen. It's something frozen in time, and that represents the Maxine. Maxine is the person that is sort of just stuck, and it's like her life is in a moment, but she's not really. This told me a lot about her personality, right? But then she doesn't really make decisions well and move on her own decisions. And so there might be some subtext about her personality there. Whereas Chloe is all about action to the point where she doesn't stop long enough to think about her actions and the things she says or the things she might trigger or how she might make people feel, because she's just constantly moving. She's almost pure chaos. That hit me. That hit me hard with that sentence there. And speaking of action, we had to seriously balance when security showed up. Duh. How quiet could we be in the swimming pool? Plus, after leaving a trail of our Blackwell handiwork. I mean, they turned on the lights. I mean, that's kind of a weird statement to make, but it was so intense and exciting to get past the security guards. They had serious spotlight power, so it wasn't exactly easy to stealth our way past, especially as we had to bail in Chloe's junker. But like I said, intense and exciting. Hella like Chloe Price. There's a lot of use of the word hella. I catch. There was a comment a character make, didn't they? This is the mom? I forget. Anyways. Starting to sound like Chloe? I forget. I feel like someone made that comment. Or was it Chloe to Maxine? You're starting to sound like me? I forget. That doesn't matter. Anyways. Does that say, what is that? Brute fit? Brute fit? I don't know. Anyways. Just perusing gonna snoop around the room and, as Maxine is wont to do, with the power of
I
Samuel,
thought Chloe
the
might
squirrel.
put up a pic of me instead. Can't compete with Rachel.
Also, things like this. So,
Jesus. Now I am glad Chloe took
Chloe,
that
money now.
This
Have
guy
your-
is serious and scary.
I have your money, asshole. When? I'll text you before the end of the week, or else. Do not fuck with me, whore. I mean, too far, right? Too far. Too far. Oh, I was like lines like
I'm lucky David didn't bust me for acting
she's
like it was
comparing
my
herself a lot
fault.
to Rachel. That was starting to stick with me through this next scene
Chloe
here,
is so
and it
damn
started to get
cute.
reinforced.
She's really trying to suss out what my vision means.
The more I kind of heard, the more I kind of caught signals that started building up on this idea, and I'll try to remember when I talked about it so I can talk over it while I'm talking over it. So I'm not constantly talking over crap for all of you in this
Can I
reaction.
check out the news on this old laptop?
Yeah, sure, you go
Please
with
say I haven't been
everyone's personal
identified.
shit. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you
Yeah.
want. Incident: police and fire departments responded to a break-in and vandalism on the Blackwell Academy campus around 1:30 a.m. Police have not stated if they have suspects yet. Incident: police arrested a nude man with a sword at Up All Night Donuts off Peckinpah Road at approximately 8:52 p.m. The unidentified man was charged with being under the influence of energy drinks and methamphetamines. He is being held without bail, pending further investigation. I'm gonna speed through this because I went into
She's
some weird
okay.
story that I'm not gonna repeat right now.
I wonder when I can
It's
visit her.
probably better off not. Following a public suicide threat at Blackwell Academy, Kate Marsh is reportedly in stable condition under supervision at Arcadia Bay Med Center. No more information is available at this time. I might have been saying the story I don't want to repeat right
Hey,
now.
can you play that again?
So I thought this was Bright Eyes from the 50s because I know the song I'm thinking of, but I still now once again I'm stuck the same way. I'm looking at myself. I know I'm stuck here because I was trying to hear the song in the background, and it's not a 50 because I was like, why would Chloe have this song? But I was like, was it maybe there's like again that connection with the time thing, stuck in time or something like that. I don't know, but I thought that was going to be an
That
old
was my
time
10th
song.
birthday.
I love how the graphics here
I
actually
didn't
do
know
look
Chloe
like that.
kept this
Yeah.
stuff.
Their faces, like just enough where it's like, no, that's them. But they're very young, but it's them. You did a good job there.
Wow, sir. That was my 10th. Put the photo next to Rachel's so touching.
So again, connection there to the past here with the blue butterfly and to Rachel, and I feel like they're reinforcing this idea quite a bit in the scene. So because they're doing that, that's when you really got to pay attention to some of the
Wow.
signals
I remember this old phone.
because they're going
We
to tell you something in the
decorated it
subtext.
together.
A flip phone. I believe I started talking about something with a Nokia 95. Back in the day, I was creating videos
Yes, I might go to hell
in
for
2004.
this, but if it saves Chloe, we'll pay it back somehow.
Right, the money. Yeah, for 3GP format, when iPods became a thing. Remember that?
Man, if I had stayed
Man,
hidden,
that was a long time ago.
David wouldn't be targeting me.
I almost started tapping forward because I'm like, I know what happens.
I
Why
don't
am I
think I'll be
like watching
watching
this in
today.
slow motion? Jesus. Relax, calm down. I'm not even halfway through this thing. It's getting late. Don't panic. Keep going. No, I know. There's
Chloe
going to be a
seems
point
more
where
relaxed now that she has that money.
is there though?
from the
No, I don't think. I don't
handicapped
know. I don't
fund.
remember. At one point, did I like walk away or something like that? No, I don't know.
I love
don't
this
remember.
morning light. It's so peaceful.
Wouldn't it be wicked if we could just hang out here forever like when we were kids?
That concept came up twice now in the
Yes,
scene
but
too.
Sadly, we're not kids anymore.
At
So
least you can
something
date
to think
now,
about.
right? My dad
The
was
whole forever-
terrified of the day I would discover boys.
Oh, and then this is the lead in here where I was like, I thought you were made. This is what this chapter's about. We're gonna get at something
So,
here.
you never really told me if you had a serious
Although this feels
boyfriend
a little bit
while I
too
was
naive.
away.
Not serious.
She knows
Not
about Rachel.
stupid
I mean.
usually. I went through a boy toy phase. Among
But
other
I guess
things.
suppose she
I
also
can't see you with any
has
of the
seen
guys
evidence
around
of-
here.
Because you have a good eye.
boy toys.
That's why I was so glad Rachel came along to rescue me.
Sounds like you totally crushed on Rachel.
You would have too. Smart, sexy, and sassy. Like me, right?
Well, duh. Maybe Rachel would have fought over both of us.
You
Nice,
wish.
Max.
Then again, maybe. You're a photographer and she wanted to be a model.
I probably made some sort of sandwich comment there.
Time to put on your
Why do
new
I
armor.
say half of the comment? I don't know. I'll let you speculate.
Still reeks like a chlorine factory.
No, I really shouldn't. That's going to be worse.
See if you can find a suitable outfit in my fashion.
So then we get to this scene. So a lot of comments about the Rachel.
If I had
The
stayed
pool gives you some of that.
hidden, okay.
And then some images
Time
pop
for some
up. And the whole
cosplay.
not jealousy, but sort
Hey,
of.
there you go. Rachel left a bunch of her clothes with me.
And reference
She's your
to
size.
Rachel again.
But not quite my style.
This is her clothes.
Max, you don't have a
Not my
style
style,
yet.
though.
At least give it a try.
So
You can
now it's like...
always rewind back to your chlorine brand t-shirt and generic jeans.
You suck. I like my shirt and jeans. But it would be cool to try on Rachel's clothes just to see if they fit.
Stop second-guessing yourself, Max. Put this on and let
like
your
that
inner punk
second-guess
rock girl
comment.
come out. You can afford to take chances whenever and whatever you want to try. For example, I dare you to kiss me.
What?
I like this
I
scene.
double dare you. Kiss me now.
I like how it happens because I was not going in this direction. And I do talk through this, so I'm going to try. I don't know how long I talk, but I guess this is my opportunity here. I don't know if I want to talk about the Rachel stuff yet. I know where I can talk about that. But yeah, so forget how I kind of worded my thinking through this. And I don't know how long I talked about it. But I thought that it was an interesting point to reach with Maxine because enough narrative pieces were dropped there that sort of unlocked in me the concept of I don't think Maxine has made a choice about this part of her identity. It's not even that she hasn't made a choice. It maybe goes back to the whole picture thing, like stillness versus action, and that Chloe just goes, she's trying everything, right? And so that there really is no limits for a Chloe. But for Maxine, she hasn't tried anything, and that's the balance. That's the balance, and there's more going on here than just who people are interested in this particular case, whether Maxine is interested in girls or boys, because I feel like that was the whole theme of the scene, you know, from starting at the pool. And for me, I was going to go down the Warren track because, and I still might, like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, now I'm just playing out the story because I have this new narrative signal that I'm really keying into about Maxine's personality. This is about Maxine not moving through a decision like this. And she's not even, narratively speaking, in the story, she's not even, I think she's even naive about the whole Warren thing. You know, I'm going to pause it there because I guess I'm talking longer now because I put more thoughts together now than I did when I was kind of going through this blindly. But she's made comments about the whole Warren thing. Like, I don't feel like she's not keying in to the signals that Warren sends out. Now, either she is that naive or there's something else going on there, right? Or she's like, there's just something else, you know? So with this particular scene and why it kind of, I went in this direction, you already know my choice, is that it was a dare. And we just finished a scene where in the pool, there was a character acknowledgement of that they were connected to each other, and Max is doing things because of her proximity to Chloe is making her do more than who she is. She's coming out of her shell, but her personality is becoming more than what she is defined by, or what her identity is. But the same thing could be true for Chloe. Like, she is all chaos and all action, but maybe she's going to slow down and she's going to start to think about things or consider things. Like, there's going to be a bit of that balance. Like, they are kind of like helping each other just maybe see different aspects of their identity by it's a strange, because like Maxine is like, she has a I'm talking way too long about this, and I'm almost confusing myself. The point being, because I'm kind of interrelating it with a piece about that photo now and the stillness versus action, and tying that back into identity, which is going to be important for my next comments. Anyways, the point with kissing her is because she was dared and she's by Chloe, and I feel like some of that chaotic force would have gone into Maxine to just try it, just like disrupt what you're used to, and maybe seek some answers that help you unlock aspects of your personality that maybe you've never even thought to entertain. Again, going back to, are you that naive, or is it just you're just not interested about it with anybody? And maybe that's kind of, you know, I get it. You know, I kind of get what might be going on. I relate to Max. You know.
Damn, You're
And
hardcore,
a dare's a
Max.
dare.
Now I can text
I've been
Warren
there. I
and
know
tell
how-
him he doesn't stand a chance. Unless he's into girl-on-girl action.
So,
You're
I mean,
such
that
a
line
dork.
threw me off, though. I'm like, what? Don't. It was a dare. Don't just go off and, like,
That
start
was priceless when I kissed
saying
Chloe.
this is, like,
She didn't think I would.
you know. And she's kind of proud of herself that she just took that shot, you know? And,
I think Rachel's
again,
style is a little
just to be
more
clear,
subtle,
it doesn't need to mean anything.
like me.
More than, I feel like, from a story perspective, Maxine hasn't even considered investigating herself to some degree. And then we get to this part right here, and it leads into this part, which is she's going to put on Rachel's clothes. And that's an
Looking
identity,
sick,
right?
Max? A couple
So now let's
tats,
see
some
what-
piercings, and we'll make a thrasher out of you yet.
Ready
Let's
for
see
the
what gets
mosh
said
pit,
now.
Shaka Bra.
Maybe not. Go on down and say hi to Joyce. Free breakfast. I have to wake and bake first.
I promise not to tell.
Let's not rewind and find out, okay?
No, nice. I was seeing if there was a deer on the shirt, like just to see what was on the shirt, to see if there was any relevance. But the aspect here of wearing another person's clothing, again, an identity element going on of not that she's becoming Rachel, but there's enough insinuated in the subtext to suggest that there's almost like she's kind of, there's like a harmony going on right now that's outside of the reality, that the physical reality, where she's almost syncing up with a different identity in order to, I mean, she doesn't really have her own. Now I'm kind of, this is in my head, right? She has one, but what I'm saying is like, that stillness, she's not really motivated to really dig into, like, explore herself, you know. And now she's wearing another person's clothes, so it's a different skin. She's in a different skin, you know. And there's a lot of narrative
Oh my god, that smells so
opportunities there. That
It's like when we were kids here.
yeah, there's narrative opportunities there in the sense of, you know, what does that mean? Like, what is that? What's the subtext there? And I think, yeah, and there's more. And there's more to reinforce. Because I talk about this, I don't know if it's here or before, but it's before I go downstairs. And of course, bird. And I'm like, I thought I let this bird out.
Hey, that's the bluebird I saved Monday in
No, it
Joyce's
got stuck in
room.
the room or something. I didn't know how to get it. I was trying to get it out, wasn't I?
Chloe has had this damn dirty pirate towel since we were kids. Serious flashback.
Did she say something
Chloe
in the mirror
never
about
used
Rachel?
to care when I
Let's see.
borrowed her toothbrush.
No, wait, what? Is
What's
there?
ironic is I always hated it when Chloe used my toothbrush.
Oh, so I mean, I was like, I don't know what the relevance of that line was, but again, it might go back to Law and Order, right? Chloe didn't care because chaos. I mean, who cares, right? But she didn't like it when other people used her stuff order, because
Feels
there had
so
to be
good to wash my face after all that
an order to
chlorine.
things.
And
Huh?
hiding.
That's where I'm going with it.
You know, I haven't gone through a dyeing my hair blue phase yet.
So
Maybe
now
it's
she's getting
time.
exploratory. So it speaks a little bit about, and we're at the midway point, I do feel, and so it speaks a little bit about the whole merger of the two. They're both. I
Check
think
out
both of
Mad
them
Max.
make one identity.
Ready to fucking
For whatever.
thrash. I'm so hardcore.
Whatever. I love the way she. Oh, caught the image. Right, because the shirt. I forgot where I really, that was the red shirt I was gonna look for, and then I need. Oh, like that's probably the picture somewhere. Right. You got the drill. Anyways, the I don't know what I was saying. That's the problem when I do these reactions. I can't cut around. When I lose
way.
my track of thought,
That's
I
the
can't
bluebird I
pause.
saved Monday in Joyce's room.
Regather myself and then talk. No. just a mess.
Nobody in this town has a fucking clue as to what's happening. Or do they?
Or do they?
I better not
Indeed.
go in there.
Indeed, that's an interesting
David
window.
might be in bed.
That's an interesting line to just drop. Now, like, why couldn't you open this window, right? I feel like I
For
missed
everybody
something
else
or
in the neighborhood, it's just
let that
another
bird out, you know?
morning.
maybe it's later. Maybe that's like a carry through or something. We'll find out. Don't spoil me. I'm not there yet. I haven't played past this episode since then because like, I had to do this. So I was like, I can't play forward. I can't play beyond it because I'm not gonna know. I don't want to say stuff that I don't want to throw off my thoughts. You know, just get all these thoughts organized. Okay, so more pictures. I'm looking for another bird, but I'm looking for, I guess, that circular thing at this point is what I acknowledge. Oh, did I get a message somewhere? Kate. Max, thank you from my heart for reaching out to me on the roof. You're the... I don't know where I was getting confused here, but I keep scrolling like a buffoon. Anyways, Max, thank you from my heart for reaching out to me on the roof. You're the only one who was there for me at school, the only one who truly cared. I have to believe you were sent to give me hope. You did so much more than that. My father's grateful as well. You'll always be in our prayers. Love and blessings. Your friend, Kate. Hey, Kate, I'm so glad you're okay. I will visit you as soon as I can, promise. Oh, I was sneezing. This is where my sneezes went. I'm just going to go forward before I start to get to that point today. So, yeah. So she'll see her soon, I promise. And there's nothing else in the journal. Let's go downstairs.
This might be the one time.
The end is nigh. Oh, I can't remember. The end is nigh. Are you still ignoring his warnings? Did you feel the snow? Witnessed the eclipse? Seen the dying animals? And I was like, dying animals? I don't remember seeing dying animals. The signs are upon you. Arcadia Bay is the final battleground for Pazuzu, the demon bird lizard thing. I'll have to get into it. There's like a Paizo publishing. I think they were still doing Dragon Magazine at the time, and one of the first ones when they took over officially or something, there was a Pazuzu demon. I believe it's part of the Pathfinder campaign setting. Just another random information. I don't know where it's from. It's from some mythology. Because then on the sidebar, this is from 2003 or 4. This is an old memory. It's another one of those trigger memories though. And in the sidebar, it actually gave the mythology, and I love that they did that. It's like, here's a monster entry, but then here's the mythology that it's referencing or it's based on. I was like, that's cool. I would love to do something like this, more of this. And I was like, I am tempted because it's one of those books right over there. I'm looking at a stack of those, and I'm like, I could find it and prove it. Just another random trigger in these games. They're just full of these things for me. I feel like it's really almost scary, to be honest. Sometimes the amount of like triggers that this game provokes. For behold, the Lord will come in fire, and his chariots like the whirlwind. I wonder if the chapter 4 is going to have to do with fire, and then chapter 5 with the whirlwind because the tornado is coming, right? To render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, for the Lord will execute judgment by fire. Save your soul today. Repent. Join the Church of Final Revelations this month and get free dispensation from hell. I mean, it's curious. It's curious. I'd be curious. It's Revelations, man. Like, you don't want to learn about the Revelations. Some Chloe skateboarding, shot from behind. I don't know if that's Chloe or if it's Rachel. But I found it interesting that the faces were sort of covered in all of them. Answering machine.
Looks like a message.
I'm like, she's right in there. Should I be playing their messages, you know? Like, seems kind of odd. Like, don't do this. Max, you're so nosy.
David, this is Officer Korn. Just want to let you know your stepdaughter's car was identified near the Blackwell.
It's like shocking. You mean the way I...
What?
Give me a call soon.
Are you in trouble again, Chloe? Don't you sleep?
It's like, of course they caught you. It's like Chloe wants that. She loves that chaos in her life. She must. But then baby's blue. I do what I please. A little bit of chaos taking over. Because Maxine's on that road now. And erase. Erase, I say. Do it. Do it while you're still thinking. There you go.
Message deleted.
I don't know what to say
Goodbye,
anymore.
message. I think Chloe has earned a break from all this bullshit.
I mean, yes, but... Bird! And it is a different looking
look at
bird.
the poor bird.
I was like, oh, it's probably trying
Seems kinda freaked
to
out.
find its mate. It's like stuck in this damn house.
Bird, be gone. Fly, you fool.
Like, just don't hit the window and knock yourself out. God, that happened upstairs in my kitchen once. I was working in the kitchen, and just heard a bang, like a loud bang. was like, what the I'm in the middle of nowhere. How did this, like, what the hell hit my house? And then I opened the door and I was like, I don't understand. I don't see anything. And I looked down at I had a chair against the,
Oh man.
hold on,
I don't
flash
wanna
snow
be
and
famous for this.
freak eclipse, apocalypse soon, as opposed to apocalypse now. Super, what did that say?
Oh man. I don't wanna
Super
be famous for
heroine
this.
saves, suicidal Blackwell student. No name though. Anyways, then I had a chair up against the window of my sliding door,
Who drinks
and I looked
beer
down, and
this early around here?
on the arm of the chair was the bird was dead, right on the thin
Oh,
piece of the
look at
arm.
the
I was like,
poor
how did you
bird.
you landed right on the arm of the
Seems
chair?
kind of
And it was
freaked
gone.
out.
Like it broke its neck. I felt terrible. I'll explain. I remember why that happened. I'll tell the story. It's depressing because it hit me right now, and it didn't hit me when because I didn't tell the story when I played the game the first time around, but like I'm like flashbacking now, and I'm like, oh, it was like 100% my fault. It was 100%. You might be wondering, how could it have been your fault that a bird in the middle of nowhere came flying full speed towards your kitchen sliding door? Well, there's a certain call that birds
Who
make
drinks
around my
beer
house.
this early around here?
And sometimes I would open the door and I would hear them doing that sound.
I keep
There's
expecting to
there's a
see the
tone to
sky
it.
turn
And then I would
red.
go, I would do my whistle with a whistle, not like that sound. I'm just trying to not whistle. So like, oh, window, okay, I let it out and I could shake and it's
look
gonna
at
go
the poor
outside, you know.
bird.
But alas,
Seems kind of freaked out.
pseudo puzzle. Yeah, do a little bit of rotation. Might give me time to tell some stories over this stuff. So I was doing that because
Wow,
I really felt like I was
Chloe
speaking to
still
the bird.
eats the same cereal.
We were having a
So
conversation.
do I.
I whistle with my tongue, not with that. But this is weird. Anyways, but it's like I feel maybe it's subjective, but I felt like it was like the
I
perfect
love
pitch
that
and
they
everything.
still have
you know?
the same refrigerator.
And so I was doing that, and then I came in, and then a couple minutes later, bang.
Joyce looks so different in her street clothes.
So I feel like the bird was
morning,
trying to go to a
Joyce.
mate or something like
Rachel, I mean Max.
Stupid me.
Oh,
Never
you
did that
startled
again.
me. Well, you
I don't
fit
speak to
those
them
clothes
anymore.
well. Thank God you're not a hellraiser like her or Chloe. Now tell me exactly what
Oh,
you want to.
I'm gonna rewind. So that was the other part I was talking about. Then this happens.
Joyce looks so different in her street clothes.
She goes to talk to Joyce.
Good morning, Joyce.
Rachel.
Like weird, right?
I mean Max. Oh, you startled me.
I mean, she didn't
You
just
fit
disappear.
Those clothes well. Thank God you're not a hellraiser like her or Chloe. Now tell
Hellraiser
me
like her.
exactly what you want to chow on.
Eggs and bacon. That was the other confirmation
Eggs and
of like,
bacon all the way.
yeah, hell, right.
Remember when you
Damn right,
guys would
Max.
sleep in until I yelled out, "Wakey, wakey, eggs and
Eggs and
bacon."
bacon. That's they do that around
We'd
here.
wake up so fast.
So this time you can help me with the ingredients. I need you to grab
I'm
me
laughing
the
now,
actual
just,
eggs
just
and
like I
bacon.
laughed then. Guess I can remember just moments where
I
this
can
would
handle
happen.
eggs and
So,
bacon.
what was I saying? God damn
The
it!
eggs always come first, as Joyce used to say.
God damn it! Oh, the affirmation of the whole Rachel component, and I don't know where this is going,
I
but it
should
like it
evolve and
has to
become
go
a
somewhere.
vegan, but
It's in the
bacon.
middle of this narrative. The arc has to start coming down, and at the end of Act 3, going into Act 4, like I feel like it needs to do. There
After
needs to
all
be a dark.
these years and
the
everything that's happened,
cliffhanger is
it's
gonna be
great
dark.
to see you and Chloe together.
It's gonna be a
again.
loss, or there's got to be something
She hasn't had a good friend since you or Rachel.
like shenanigans afoot.
Those clothes remind me so
And then
much
Chapter
of
4 is gonna
her.
be hell.
Such a sweet girl. I'm just hoping she's living large in LA.
I'd love to think that too, Joyce, but
We are on the same page, Max.
Yeah. don't
I
know.
keep hoping that Rachel will show up or even send
Oh,
a
okay.
message to Chloe from
She actually
Hollywood.
affirmed it there. Got that.
Or
So she's thinking it, but she
wherever
won't say
she
it.
is.
You know, or she is, but maybe not. Maybe I don't know.
is there any reason that Rachel might
Oh no, I
be
just
mad
realized I
at
didn't
Chloe and
rewind
left without
through those
her?
choices.
Chloe could piss everybody off but her. They were almost joined at the
That's
head.
okay.
Reminded me of you and Chloe. Rachel wasn't as grounded as you.
I'm grounded? Since when? Maybe that's why Chloe likes Rachel so much.
Max Caulfield, are you actually jealous
She
of
actually uses the
Rachel?
word jealous. That might be why. I mean, I got that from Chapter 2 though, when she was in that hideout or something, you know. she makes a comment about that thing on the wall. Like, I wish my name was up there with... Does she write her name? She writes her name or something. I'm saying something silly there, and I can't remember. But the...
What's
what
the
do I choose here?
difference?
Just
What?
no way. I got
No
impatient
way.
with myself. Imagine what you
I
guys
know
feel.
I was selfish when
You're
I
watching
left.
me.
I'm glad Chloe found a better friend.
No, just a different
Oh.
one. Last time I saw you and Chloe in your
Oh.
pirate outfits, I knew she would never find a better friend. And when you took the rap for that joint, you proved it.
Thanks. But it seems like Chloe and me were pirates 1,000 years ago.
And that makes me what, a century old?
So
You're
more
only
stuff with like
18, Max.
different
Oh,
timelines
you.
and stuff.
If only I could go back.
It's not all that, Joyce.
Maybe we go back to the 40s
Voila,
and 50s to
a
Joyce.
breakfast fit for us
that's-
queens.
That wouldn't make any
and
sense.
a king. Go sit at the table.
We meet Joyce as a teenager. Stuff to read? Yeah? Am I reading? I can't tell, so I don't know what to do. So, yes, okay, so even though my body smelled like I had been doused in chlorine, it was so nice to crash in Chloe's room for the first time in 5 years and wake up next to her like our old sleepovers. For some reason, it reminded me of the time we were going to TP one of the neighbors' houses, and we even snuck out but got chicken and ran back home, laughing all the way. I remember waking up the next day and Joyce was making one of her delish breakfasts downstairs, and Chloe smiled at me like we were in the most secret club in the world, or at least at Katy Bay. We were pirates, damn it. After our academic espionage last night, I felt the same way. It's just that now that stakes are much higher and much more dangerous. I even ended up in some of Rachel Amber's clothes since mine were trashed. A band tee and ripped jeans. So not me. But I haven't found my style yet. And then I had that, because I was having these thoughts. I'm not saying, like, in this reaction here, I wasn't saying them because I'm trying to do them in order here. But then this line kind of affirmed some of the thoughts I was having about the whole her not having moved on, just who she is. Like, she hasn't, since she left Chloe, she hasn't able, I don't know. The point is, then that line comes up, but I haven't found my style yet. So why not have some fun experimenting with a new outfit? Keywords there, my style, my personality, my identity, experimenting, just finding out, just trying things and finding out who you are, what you're in, like what's your identity, with a new outfit, new skin. Like, do you want to disrupt like who you think you are, and maybe try something different to see if you open up other opportunities, like just disrupt your comfort zones, That's always, I encourage everyone to do that. I try to take moments out of my year that just make decisions that are almost against something I'm comfortable with. You just go for it and then see how it rolls, because you tend to learn things when you put yourself in circumstances like that. Just speaking of experiments, Chloe dared me to kiss her, so I did. She probably thought I'd wuss out. Why? It wasn't that big a deal, though. It was cute the way she was kind of embarrassed after, and said she would tell Warren. Besides, I think Chloe sees H.O. Ramber in her future. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't make the comment the first time I went through it. I'm still yapping, so, I mean, I might as well give some other thoughts while my other self is rambling about something I don't remember. Maybe it's about this stuff, but in different ways. But not this next piece. This is actually going to be new. So the idea that Chloe's the one who says there's Rachel's clothes is in the closet, right? So like you can just wear her clothes, and that part of that is she is fascinated, and she is in the pool, right? She brought. I wish Rachel was here, and to some degree, it's almost like right now I'm like it's almost offensive. Like me in hindsight thinking about this, I don't think Maxine would pick up on this, because I do feel like she is kind of naive. I'm going to keep going back to that, but the fact that she asked her to put Rachel's clothes on, it's almost like, is it Maxine that you dared to kiss you, or was it that you're like, it's Rachel, it's like it's a proxy for someone you miss and you had feelings for, and you're kind of using Maxine to be a proxy for that memory. And I don't know, that thought just hit me. And now I'm like, was she already in Rachel's clothes when that dare happened, or was it before the Rachel's clothes? It was before, wasn't it? So maybe that doesn't play out. But I feel like some of that still feels like it does it does make me a little bit think about that in a little bit of a different way. Now, I am definitely talking about some stuff here that I do not remember, but I do not shut up. So,
Jeez, can you help me get
Bird,
this bird
go.
out of here?
So, Bart, go. And then I saw it out there, so I mean, I can roll back. It's fine. I can do whatever I want. I'm in control of time, real world time. So right there, and my peripheral caught something, and I was like, "Was that the bird?" I don't remember if that was the bird, but I gotta go get a picture. I gotta find a picture. So out we go. Let's do some exploration in the backyard once more. And then I noticed, strangely, yeah, birds on the ground. Which, you know, my face only reacted to it now, but did you see how many times the camera actually floated past dead birds on the ground with words that said birds?
3 dead birds.
Didn't notice it. I was thinking about something else to talk about something else. Welcome to Hyperfocus. So this is where it's like, oh, the dead animals. And that was the newspaper article that we just read that said, did you notice the dead animals? I'm like, oh, wow, that was a bit of a foreshadow. If you caught it, then you get out here. It's like, bang, dead birds.
How these birds died.
Now, I did start rambling on about that this is a phenomenon that happens. Like birds have been known, like swarms of them, to fall out of the sky and all at the same time, and then just like litter like areas of corpses. And I forget what caused that. I feel like part of it one scenario I read is that they might eat seeds in a field somewhere, but maybe I could be wrong about this, or maybe it's like connected to this, but I don't remember exactly how. But like the field might get sprayed by some pesticide or something that's really bad for them. They all eat out of the same field, and then it all starts to impact them at the same time while they're doing some sort of migration thing, and so they all start falling out of the sky. I think it's something like that, or maybe it's something else. I forget. I made that up. I don't think I made it up, but like that's one of the memories I had of that phenomenon. Now the rainbow there is what caught my eye, and that the bird was just over the rainbow, but in the picture, and so it's kind of like more like a puzzle thing, because it's trying to get you to find two different visual signals, and so in your sketch they're together, but in the scene that you're taking a picture of, they're actually two different signals, but they become your sketch and the photos aren't matching. I was talking that through, and I was like, maybe there was something else going on there, because now I'm stuck on the whole like photo versus action thing. I was like, the sketch versus photo, is there something else there? Like she's reinterpreting her drawing is a reinterpretation. Oh my god, there's something here. I think I have time to talk this through.
I remember when Chloe and me would take turns in the swing.
And it goes back to, I've talked about this
We
in
would
other
push
games.
each other so hard we'd fly way up in the air.
Oh, I did tell another story here that I thought was it's kind of
Chloe
silly.
always wanted to swing all the way around.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it. I'm gonna derail myself, and
I always got
I've already
scared
forgotten
and
what I
would
was saying.
jump off before I flew off.
Yeah, so as a kid, I always wanted to do that, and I did. I used to
And
start
Chloe is still trying to get high.
double meaning that. Yeah, so I felt like I was a ninja or an acrobat or some buffoonery crap, and I did learn how to teach myself to do the 360s around the swing set like a maniac. I had a major crash once. I used to do the like swing really high, and then I would let go of the seat so it would catapult me so I could do like flip, like stupid crap. And once those flips did not go well, and I face planted onto a stone, like the stone, the ground, you know, it wasn't stone, but like pebbles. Oh goddamn. Stop doing that maneuver. But then I started doing the 360 stuff because I felt like it was actually safer. It was easier to do. I don't recommend it. Don't be foolish, especially if you're an adult. Don't do that shit. You don't bounce as easily or some crap. Don't do it. What was it? Okay, let me go back to the other story. I derailed myself. Oh god, because I know I'm talking about some other stuff now. Oh my god, what the hell was I saying? I can't cut around. I can pause. I can think this through and be sensible about this. I don't have to like take you on every single word journey here. I don't remember what I was saying. The bird thing. Why does that happen? Maybe I'll remember. God, I can't rewind on myself, you know. But pause. I'm gonna have to pause. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna try to remember. Good lord, the sketch versus the photos. So you've heard me talking about this in other games. The it came up in Dragon Age Inquisition in particular. I talked about this philosopher, Berkeley, who's a bishop that eventually. I mean, I'm really summarizing this in my own way to some degree, but the way that I've summarized it is that there are real things, but then there are ideas of the real things, and then there are the ideas of the ideas that become the real things. To even get to the point where a bunch of people have an idea, a versatile idea of a chair, you have to have the idea of a form that has those different extensions that then have the functionality of the thing that becomes the idea of a chair, that then gets designed as a chair, that then becomes built as a chair. And so the point of this philosophy is to break down layers of reality. Berkeley was a bishop, and so any kind of philosopher back in those days you couldn't put out ideas about how reality worked without proving the existence of God. Because if you did that, your stuff would get burned. You might get killed. Like, it's just, you had to eventually get to that point. Him being a bishop, that was his goal right from the beginning. But the way that he argued that is that you basically have to have this super idea, this like proto idea, and this idea has to be God in this kind of instance here, whatever that is. Like, this philosophy has expanded beyond that since then, right? But whatever that is, there's got to be this proto idea, and that proto idea is what generates the ability for the ideas to even exist and be able to generate. And then those ideas become those the versatile ideas then become manifested in reality, because people will then make them. Now, I don't know, holy crap. So where I was going with the sketch not matching the photo is that you have both things are like a stillness, but they're both two different reflections of a reality. And so the photo is a moment in time captured, frozen in time. The picture is a representation of something that is actually real. But now it's a picture of something that is real. It's one René Magritte did one. Is it Ne c'est pas un pipe? It's this is not a pipe, and it's a drawing of a pipe. And in the drawing, it says this is not a pipe, but it's a drawing of a pipe. And so the idea there being that there's two different, is that the drawing itself can't be a pipe, but we all know that we're looking at a pipe. I'm really getting derailed here. But there's this other artist called Joseph Kosuth, also Marcel Duchamp, one of my favorite artists as well. Like, this is a fountain. It's not it's a urinal, but it's flipped on its side, put in the museum, in the gallery, and then called a fountain. And it's you for interpreting something that exists as one function, but then interpreting it as another. But then there's this one, the chair one. Oh, God damn it, I can't move my screen right now. And it's the point that there's this chair one here, which is by Joseph Kosuth. He has a chair up against the museum wall. He has a picture of the chair, and then he has a definition of a chair. And that's why those two things have always married in my brain, because it took both of these degrees at the same time. And these kinds of things, I started to find harmony in a lot of these teachings that I was finding like relationships between these ideas, and then they became my own ideas for like 20 plus years. So point is, back to reality. Oh, this is derailed into something entirely not the game. Some of you have already sped up or abandoned this entire LP. So, but there's a sketch of something. God, there's a picture of something, and the picture of something is a representation of reality, captured in time, frozen in time, if you will. The illustration of the memory of the thing that was captured in time, you start to ask the question of what is real. The point I'm trying to get at in all of this is that the memory is not to be trusted like reality, but reality is also, if you go to the other philosophers like Hume, for example, he started disproving that you can't even trust reality to be reality, because you can't trust your senses, like your eyes, for example, that you're seeing like a straight stick. If you put the stick in a glass of water, the stick looks bent, so your brain is saying that the stick is bent, but it's not. You know that. So the point is, I completely derailed myself to lose the point. I really could have simplified this. I could cut around all the nonsense that I'm probably not going to. The idea being that I feel like there's something being said here. The deeper we get into this game, there might be something being said. Oh fuck! I was gonna try to click on this just so I could show you, but I'm not in the game. My reality is all fracturing. Is that the illustration of a memory of a picture that Maxine took? Her memory is starting to possibly get more disjointed, just like her experience with time. Something like that. But both of them are a representation of reality. I probably said nothing in those last 5 minutes. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, I might have just seen the American flag here is when I finally called this out, but I still don't know where that would be, because there was and it just hit me. There's an American flag at her window upstairs, and I did not check it. Now, generally these things happen in order and continuity, and so I'm going to assume that wasn't it, because I don't recall seeing something there, but I never checked, and that's. I don't know where else that could be, but that might have been on a window or something like that.
Good,
Anyways,
you can
oh,
clean.
don't speed up. What am I doing? So yeah, we're to eat. Now it says plate there. Does it ever say eat? Because
I'm glad that's creamy and not
I've got
crunchy.
it's the first time Maxine disappointed me. Because I only ever got crunchy, but in the last 2 years, I started to have strange reactions to peanut butter. I had to throw 2 big peanut butter things out because I
guess
couldn't eat it
nobody
anymore.
waters the plant.
It's destroying me. Like I just I couldn't. I don't know what was happening. It just I couldn't. It wasn't like I wasn't getting that allergic to peanut butter, but it was an allergy of some sort that was going on there that I couldn't eat peanut butter anymore. It's so disappointing because like
Seeing you
Reese's
again,
peanut butter are my favorite things, and I've always loved
made
peanut
me
butter. But
remember so
that's off the
much.
list now.
I know these photos don't measure up to your work, Max.
My favorite photographers probably take pictures similar to yours. You make David happy, Joyce.
He wants us all to be happy, Max. He's just not great at showing it.
They're trying to
I don't
soften
think
the
I can
relationship
rock
right
this
here, I
outfit
guess.
like Rachel.
Making
You have
hindsight
your
sense
own
to me.
cool style.
That's the style comment again.
Wowzer.
Identity.
I totally remember that day.
Maybe she lost a part
I'm
of herself when
glad.
she left Arcadia.
William took this picture with his instant camera. Oh, it was the last picture he ever took. He had his car out right after this, and
I know, Joyce.
Ooh, I wonder if
I'm sorry.
I didn't
don't know, my
show
brain
you
is going
this
back.
to be morbid. In fact,
Dude, maybe we do go back in
I
time
want
and
you
get to
to
change
have
this or
this.
something like that.
this was when my baby was so
Because William's
full
coming up
of
with that
life
picture.
and
Ooh, I
light.
wonder.
She was hopeful, positive.
That does make sense. All this sound like
Everything
it could be
she's
possible.
not today. And this was the last time I ever saw Chloe truly happy.
Did
So
you guys
Maxine
have a
leaving
bonding
Arcadia
session
Bay
about
maybe
how fucked up I am?
defeated some
It's
balance.
not always about you.
Chloe, please. It's too early to start picking a
Also
fight.
came in hot
Eat
there,
instead.
Chloe.
I'll keep the warden busy while you go peek in the garage.
Now stop whispering, or I'll know you're talking about me.
Stop being so nosy, Mother. Jeez, I can't do anything around here without everybody getting up in my shit.
No one can even joke with you, Chloe. You fly off the handle like that.
Excuse me.
she's a loose
I
cannon.
have to use the bathroom.
Sure, run off and pee when you should back me up.
Now who's being
So like part of me
paranoid?
was like, I
Just
can't even tell if
listen
she's
to
acting or if
yourself.
she's serious.
Nobody else does.
But I mean, I rolled with it because Maxine rolled with it. But I was like, God damn,
To David's computer.
that's how used I
He's
got to the,
gotta
like
be hiding
that
shit.
kind of attitude. It's like Jesus, man. I just hit my head, and I probably got like a finger marks here. I got chronic hives. You've heard me talking. No, yeah, probably haven't. I'm talking about some random crap again. Oh,
I bet David has all of his surveillance
what a
secrets in his
disaster this is
laptop.
turning into. I'm getting very hot. God, how many? 20 minutes in. 20 minutes left.
Oh shit, it needs a password.
It's
How
really
about
late.
Step douche.
I'm tired.
Try again.
So,
I
looking
need
for
more
hunting for a
clues.
password. I mean, I don't want to speed this, like ruin the experience for all of you by speeding through this. Although you all know what's supposed to happen next. This stuff
Maybe I
worth
could
commenting
try
about
stepdad for
though.
the password.
Because then got stuff like this, like Chloe, I'm so happy you were born today. Thanks for bringing me into the family. Love, stepdad. That's on the 18th. Now, I think she's 18 or 9. She just turned 18, Chloe. So maybe not. Maybe she's 19. But still, that would have been a year ago, and he was still attempting to be, like, integrate himself into the family, So that broke down, but it might not have been because of him, yet we've only been given the picture of him of being an ass, Like, he's out of line, he's out of line, but a lot of
Maybe
what's
I could
happening
try
in this
stepdad
next
for the
scene here
password.
is really painting the picture of him being someone else, and maybe it's just a perception thing. The way we perceive him in our experience paints him off to be a step douche, but
Nothing
he is
bad.
like he's got stuff like this going on, which is obviously out of line. Like it's out of line, but
Naturally, David would buy a
the game
heavy-duty
is giving
military
us
padlock.
I can
enough
even see the
information here to make
combination.
the next
It
scene
might
is
be a
going to
useful
be
password.
this is going to be a choice, and they're setting that up. Now I am going to speed through some of these choice pieces up because that's all that really comes out of this is we're looking for hints.
Huh. Maybe this ID number might work.
No, it doesn't.
I could try the license. David has read
No,
this
that's
a
also
lot.
not it. Coming back home, a veteran's
What did
guide.
he
Now this is
learn?
starting to indicate that maybe he has some sort of PTSD. Did they already mention that in the journal or not? I don't know, but it's obvious that maybe something like that is going on though. And it's not that it's an excuse for the way he acts, but I feel like if the game wanted you to feel some sort of
Obviously,
sympathy
David's
for
parents care about
David,
him.
they needed to
That date might be a good password.
video message from mom and dad, but they needed to do more of that balance. Maybe at least in
Can't
chapter
picture
2.
David driving Joyce around with
But
this on
they're
the
giving you
car.
all of these pieces right here. Like he loves Joyce. Like he I think he does, and I think he's just going through whatever he's going through.
I still need to
He's
find the password to David's computer.
he's getting triggered,
That's
you
cute.
know, and he
Could
he
be a
likely needs
password
help.
here.
But the perspective is,
Even
it
David
does create some
Madsen might
shadiness.
be an
Like
angel
to
somebody
my
else.
field agent angel, keep your wings up. Yeah, so like there's connections there, and of course we get to the car. I did tap through this.
Joyce
I'm sorry.
might as well have wrote,
Sorry.
"Let's get married."
We know where this is going. So I love this one quite a bit. It was an honor having you in the diner. Nice to know that gentlemen still exist. Love to talk again with you soon. By the way, the name is Joyce, if you forgot. So when they met, and it's like, oh, that's where the password's going to be, of course. Like this is where it's leading into. You eventually work your way to this part of the story, this part of the scene, and it culminates into this moment. I think it's just a great.
It might be a useful
It's a great
password.
thing you find. It's like the diner receipt, and you just get that that's where they met. And the comment about eggs. Oh yeah, that's. Yeah. Now, thankfully, I mean, I looked at that. I only remember 2008 there, and thankfully that paid off because I wasn't really logging any of the numbers that I was storing along the quote unquote storing along the way. I just figured this thing would just know. But then I like how they did it here, where it's like, oh shoot, which device, like which piece, and then it kind of narrows down. I love that it did that, and thankfully I remember 2008. So. Bingo
Score!
bango.
Max
Shabango.
the hacker strikes again. Whoa! Spoiler alert. Rachel definitely hooked up with Frank. But why does David care?
Maybe there's something else. Maybe he's got another angle, and we'll find out in chapter 4. Like there might be. I almost clicked on the side arrow. I'm like, why is this thing not moving? Yeah, maybe there's another piece here that is definitely still to be unveiled. Rachel Amber profile. Rachel has been cutting class all week. Frank and Rachel meet once again. Rachel avoids her dormitory. Followed Rachel to Lighthouse. Arcadia Bay police report 678. Anderson Barry. Incident report. Rachel Amber, 18, was picked up at 2:35 p.m. at Blackwell Academy for possession of a controlled substance. This was reported by David Madsen, head of campus security, who witnessed her trying to hide or secure a suspicious medical bag. This officer was called in to question Miss Amber, who responded with threats and denials. Her bag was found to contain various illegal pharmaceuticals. See attached page for full details. I mean, I was starting to have different thoughts there than I had the first time, so I'm just going to say the first ones because maybe I'll carry it through. But I mean, this all feels like it could have been like a plant, and like the same scenario that happened with the Kate Marsh scenario. But no, because she was just drugged up, so I don't know how
Instead of
this might have
stalking
been a
Kate, David could
plan.
have helped her.
Yeah, I sort of twisted myself up there, so I don't know. And then there's this one. Overheard Kate and Dana W talking. Do I flip this? Okay. Overheard Kate and Dana W talking about supplies for Vortex Club party, drugs. Watched Kate with her church group. she knows her Bible. Kate stays in bathroom longer than other students. Drugs. Saw Kate helping Jefferson after class. Don't trust grown men with goatees. Kate has kept to herself since Vortex Club party. Not even church. Drugs. Tried to talk to Kate about the party. She got upset and ran. Guilty. Now, this is where he goes off the handler. So he, there might have been something with Rachel. I mean, I don't know. We don't know. I don't know. We have an unreliable narrator here, person who's obviously
Creepy bastard.
impacted by some PSD thing. He's got a friggin' dossier on Max, but I think then he takes that and he starts to create his own narratives in his head about what could be going on, and he overplays his hand, and whatever he's thinking is going on, he goes too far with his investigations. Like, you don't need, like, yeah, you're overstepping your bounds, you know.
I better tell Chloe about this now. It's just one more thing to make her sad.
Maybe it's like there, but again,
mad.
maybe there's a red herring. I don't know. We'll keep playing and we'll find out. Or maybe on a replay, all of this pans out in all different way. So these red herrings, you know, all the things, like all the opposite ideas are the better ones, that kind of thing. You know, I don't know. Hey Max, just wanted to thank you for actually giving a shit about me and my mom. We all saw how much you cared about Kate when nobody else did. Thanks, Taylor. I know you care too. If you're going to the party, I'd love to style you up if you want. If I do go, I would love to get a Taylor makeover. Talk soon. That's good timing. Nice job. Self. Past and current self. Besides, I think it'd be doop. When I went down to breakfast, I was talking about the fox there. I'm trying to work something out. When I went down to breakfast, Joyce actually called me Rachel, which just seems so wrong considering how beautiful she is and how boring I am. Reinforcing that idea over and over again. I guess my new outfit really is working its magic. Keyword magic there. Intriguing. Connecting. Harmonizing with something outside of the reality. Reality. I ended up helping Joyce make breakfast just like when I was a kid on a sleepover. It's odd how quickly you can fall back into an old routine. So I must have set off Joyce's nostalgia mode since she busted out Ye Old Photo Album. I'm one of the few people who loves checking out old pictures. Another reference to old stuff, you know. What was that Alfred Hitchcock line about film being pieces of time? Like Mr. Jefferson said, so are photographs. I was trying to work out a trigger memory that happened there with Alfred Hitchcock and Pieces of Time. The idea of like, I forget what the original like name for like film strips, you know, because like were they talkies? Walkies. Why? But then that sounds like walkie-talkies. But I feel like it was like a word like that. But or there was another word or stillies. Damn, I'm inventing. I gotta be inventing shit. But the idea that they were connecting Alfred Hitchcock to Mr. Jefferson. Interesting. I do think Psycho is what I'm saying. You catching my drift there? Because the famous movie Psycho. I do think she, in black and white, dark room, I'm saying, okay, I do think she wanted me to see her new husband in a better light. When David was happy or laughing with Joyce in a picture, I wanted to say, and who is that? Plus, I'm sure it's no accident that there was a photo of Rachel wearing the exact same clothes I had on. I kind of missed that. She truly is stunning and somehow looked more punk rock than Chloe. A truly heartbreaking image was that last photo William Price ever took. Chloe and I making pancakes in the kitchen. Joyce really misses that joyful, optimistic girl. I know she's still there. When Chloe smiled at me this morning, I saw her. The picture seemed to sum up everything we had as children and lost as adults. Whatever being an adult means, I was still able to read that even though my picture is covering parts of those words. Maybe I missed some words, but I think it still made sense. So rolling with it. Fight! Otters versus sharks! Which was a perfect cue for Chloe to bounce into the room and start shit with Joyce. This gave me cruel cover, so I could sneak into the garage and finally unlock David Madsen's extreme files. So it was a cruel cover. She had to be an asshole in order to move this thing forward. In order to give me a way to give Chloe, Maxine, a way to get info. But now look at what it did. Look what it did. Damaged the household, like Just created tension where tension didn't need to be. Ooh, I wonder if I could have rewound that whole thing so that this wouldn't have been tense. Damn it, why do I only think about these things now, in hindsight?
I should know that Chloe
Do you know what I
can't
mean?
get through an hour
I wonder if I could have.
without creating
God
drama.
damn it. Oh, god damn it. I bet you I could have. No, wait, I don't think I could. I didn't see a dot up on the thing.
I should know that Chloe can't get through an hour
I don't think I could
without
have.
creating drama.
I should have been able to, though. Why couldn't she? You know? Damn it. Now you left this tarnished household. Chloe, you didn't have to be like that. Could have distracted her, made some bacons.
Nice breakfast.
David, you back already?
I have to take a nap after writing up vandalism reports last night.
What happened?
Some little shit-ass punks broke into the swimming pool.
You
This
would've
is
known
what
the van
happens
was
at
there,
these PC
though.
bullshit
Truck.
colleges. Entitled students taking over the campus.
Do you know for sure it was Blackwell students?
Who else would do it? And I'm gonna bust them.
Did he not see the truck? That's all. Just a
Figured you'd
honest
be
question.
here.
Just
Is
an
that
honest
your
question.
Rachel Amber Halloween costume?
Wow.
You know more about her than me.
No. You and Chloe think you know more than anybody. Like all teenagers.
Leave Max alone, David. Stop threatening students.
He threatens them with surveillance cameras so he can spy on everybody. Like he spies on all of us here.
Don't start, Chloe. Not now.
Yeah, I'm just always starting shit, right? You're a total paranoid, David.
Not now,
I don't
Chloe.
like that
You
hand
used to
motion
call me a
there.
loser for getting kicked out of Blackwell. So who's the loser now, David? Who haven't you accused or harassed? Between your investigations into Rachel and Kate, what have you done besides get in trouble?
This is an odd choice because,
You're a
as you
bully,
can see, there
David.
really was.
I saw
Why
you
would I?
harass
You know,
Kate Marsh when she was going through hell. You
Gotta
could
be
have
replaying
totally
it.
helped her.
playing this
Everybody at
intentionally,
Blackwell is a suspect,
just for curiosity.
except for Nathan Prescott.
I don't know.
That's why the students and faculty don't like you. You even threatened me.
Or maybe
I
something
do
happens
respect your
differently so
service,
that this
but
feels.
You don't respect anybody.
He doesn't
you
feel
were
like a
smoking
jackass.
pot in Chloe's room. That's illegal.
So is spying on people in your family and at your work. Why do you have photos of
Like,
Kate Marsh
more
and Rachel
illegal.
Amber in your files anyway?
Pretty sure.
What? Is this true, Max?
Pretty sure.
Yes, David. Why do you have these files at all? I find this very
It
disturbing.
really is.
I do not have to take this kind of interrogation. Not from you punks.
Maybe you should calm down.
Oh, you're turning on me now, huh? Of course. Women always stick together.
I don't know
Well,
if that.
screw you.
David,
Wow.
you better go to a hotel until we figure this out.
You can't kick me out of my own home.
It's my home, David, paid for and in my name. You know the law, right?
Oh, I thought I knew a lot of things. Like when I'm outflanked.
Yeah, some
Have a
mommy
nice day.
Chloe,
gossips there.
for
So-
once, just please shut up.
So I mean, obviously going through something here, but
I hope Joyce doesn't hate me for
I
telling
mean, out of
me to
hand.
David.
I don't know why I thought I could have got Maxine to patch this up before walking out of the scene, but there goes
I don't
Maxine
want to
trying to.
see or hear you again, Max. You've
probably-
hurt me and my family enough.
That probably impacts something. I mean, that choice wouldn't have been a choice if it's not going
Max,
to
don't
impact
beat
something
yourself
later
up.
on
David
that
earned
I'm
this all by himself.
gonna have to
Understand?
potentially regret, you know. But I might not. I almost certainly will not, to be honest. Because narratively speaking, I don't see why I would have not done that choice. Like, I don't, outside of just intentionally.
Max, that gave me chills. And you better not rewind this one.
Although I could have just to see what could happen. Wait, how do I click? I do. Damn it! I could have at least seen what would have happened. I don't think it would have changed my mind, but I should do that just to know what would happen. Damn it! I didn't do that at all this session. That's terrible. Did I? Oh, I did that in the bathroom choice. Things like this. Yeah, no, it's gone. That's it. That's what I did. Yeah. Here's the thing, like, even when you replay this game, you're
When
almost
I went
messing with
through
time
David's
still, you know?
laptop, I found pictures
So it all
of
still makes
Rachel and
sense.
Frank,
Possibly. I don't know.
Being-
We'll find out.
more than friends.
Right, no way, Max. She was just posing to tease Frank.
Oh, she
If you're not gonna
I didn't
believe
catch
me,
it the first time.
why don't we check out what Frank has in his RV?
What's that gonna prove?
Frank has
Stick-
Rachel's bracelet.
Nose and
What
everything.
else
Stick your
does
nose
he
in
have
there.
in there?
Motherfucker better not have anything. For his sake.
So she didn't know. I thought there was an.
Let's check the door.
It was
Frank gets so
suggested
wasted
that
he sometimes forgets to
that
lock
was
it.
known though. Back when they were in the junkyard. I don't know. I thought I took something away from that where I was like, oh, it was a
I
bracelet.
can't believe
That's a
you hung
bracelet.
out with him.
Not anymore. We have to be casual ninjas here. Shitballs. Okay, here's the plan. I'll go to the diner and distract Frank by telling him I have his money, but he needs to come with me. Then you come in and rewind so Frank doesn't see me.
distract with
Then
the
you can
money.
tell Frank he needs to check out his RV, and then you rewind after you get the key, and
Chloe, I got this. I'll be right back.
Just keep doing things and she'll keep messing with
don't
time
let my
until it all
epic
works
plan
out.
get in the way of yours. I'll try to scrounge up a Scooby snack to distract his mangy mutt.
Now to find a quick and easy way to snag Frank's keys.
I wonder if the t-shirt with the heart might be symbolic to something. Sort of caught into that right now. Like maybe something there. What was I checking here? Oh, to see if how would I was like, where would this reload at the beginning of the truck? I got nervous there though, because I don't want to go all the way back to the but at the same time I did have to end. I was almost at the 2-hour recording mark and I'm almost there again. How did I got more minutes recorded now than when I recorded the damn thing? Jesus, how does this happen, man? Anyways, so that is that's a wrap. I think I'm pretty much closing off here, and I'm going to close off. Yeah, she just keeps repeating that. I'm going to close off this one as well, and then I'm going to get back to playing this game after I edit this thing together. Shouldn't be that hard, although now like I talk so much that it could be a very long episode for all of you instead of I thought I was going to like shut up more often. Surely I derailed onto a lot of shenanigans there, and I could just trim it up and keep it reasonable. Anyways, I'll be back and I'll be doing these blind again. The mic is hopefully working. I could definitely. I'm staring at that line now all the time, and I'll be back next time. So I'll catch you there. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy. Peace. Perfect timing.